Right, welcome to Build the UCAT. Right, here we go again. Right, 2026, here we come. Build the UCAT 2026. Right, thank you very much for people just emailing me where you disappeared. Absolutely no videos. We're loving your videos. Can you upload? Here we go. Right, we've come back better and bigger and stronger. Right, okay, so what do we have? This year, we've got our own question bank, which is altogether 15,000 questions. Yes, you heard it right. 15,000 questions out of which you can go try it for free, right? Like it, buy it. Otherwise, forget it. Cheerio. Right, here we go, without wasting time. So what's the main purpose of this video if you're new to this video and this channel? Right, main purpose is I'm here trying to smash some questions on quantitative reasoning, verbal quants, decision-making, situational judgment. The main purpose of this channel is to tell you how to smash these questions in the minimum amount of time, as the title says, less than 20 seconds. We are not going to follow the GCSE way. I can guarantee you that if you're one of those types who still follow the GCSE ways, mark my words, out of the 36 questions which are there in quants, you might not be able to get to 20, maximum 20 questions. Then you would say, I'll keep running out of time. The problem is, it's not your brain, it is a strategy. UCAT requires 3 S's. First S requires skills, strategy, and speed. 3 S's. Right, without much blabbering, let's straight away dive in. Name of the game is how to crack a UCAT question quant today. In this video, how do we crack it in 20 seconds? Here we go. Right, so just remember, I would be using altogether very unconventional ways of problem solving. Ready? Now, how do we go about cracking these questions? The first idea would be, let's see, the percentage increase in the year 4, year 5, the same as the percentage increase. All right, let's get rid of this, year 1 and year 2. The number of totals released in year 1 was 60% decrease. 60% decrease means 0.4. So I've got 0.4x of the number of this one. I need to know how much was here just before year 1. So do I have 0.4 or 50? X is equal to 50 divided by 0.4. Most likely, it looks like 50 divided by 0.4. 125. So I've got 125 here. Boom. Then he says, how much was it released in year 2? In year 2 was 60. Right, so what's this now? I'm going to do this question, which is 60 divided by 125. Boom, minus 1. 52%. That's my answer. Boom. There we are. 52%. Let's not get excited. Let's see if you're good, bad, or funny. Right. There we go. Right, 52%. Boom, 52% it is. Now, look at that. Apologies, that is an absolute lame way. You will hear me throughout this 2026 if you are following me, only if you are, otherwise forget it, buddy. Right, so you would see constantly me cribbing about what sort of ways does MedEntry, our dear friend and buddy, UCAT, they're giving us, like, who on earth would have thought about to try to solve this question in this way? Might take you years. Right, by that time, UCAT window is over. Right, so in here, so they want me to do algebra. Doesn't make sense. Personally, I think so. This is what I did. Quick recap of what I did here now. 52 is what we got. Now, what was the game? 60% decrease. I'm using the concept of multiplier. Unlike GCSE ways where people would have started finding out, let me find out 60%, how much is that, then take away from this. I just simply use the concept multiplier. 60% decrease means 0.4. 0.4 of some value in the year before year 1 is equal to 50. So x is equal to, I did 50 divided by 0.4. 50 divided by 0.4. Boom, what do we get? 125. Try to do it in your head. Divide 50 divided by 0.4. 125. So in 125 is what we got. Then how did I find out the percentage increase? 60. A GCSE way person who's trying to hit using GCSE, he or she would have done, okay, this is 60. 60 minus, or 125. 125 is what you found out. 125, 260. That person would have done 125 over minus 60 divided by 125 times by 100. He or she would have done this way. Apologies if you are from that club. 125 minus 60 divide by 125. Then you would say, let me times by 100. Oops, that ate so much of time. Could have done 3 questions by then. Answer is 52%. So ready? Okay, moving on as fast as we can, as swiftly as we can. Right, okay. So my next question is, always find this annoying. Right, what percent of the total number of turtles released over the 4 years? That means over the 4 years was released in year 4. I need to know 90 divided by 50 and 50, 100, 160, 90, 250. 250, 90 over 250 times by 100. Watch how I'm going to do it. I'm not going to do it, which a GCSE way person would have done it. Remember, each and every key stroke is essential. If you follow the GCSE ways, remember, UCAT is time sensitive. Each and every keystroke, each and every shortcut matters. The less the number of keystrokes, you are not going to do 90 over 250 times by 100. I'm going to do 9 divided by 25. Boom, 36. That's it. Answer is 36. If you see here, I didn't even bother timesing by 100. I did not even bother including the zeros. I just said, give me the decimal. So I've got the decimal 0.36. So that's it. Righty. Okay. So there you go. 36% is what we've got. Right. Okay. Moving on. Quickly, swiftly to our next question. Right, what does he say now? How many turtles were released in year 3 and 4 combined? He wants 3 and 4 combined with 60 and this one. So do I have, how many were combined together? So do I have 90, 50, 140? Right, how much was there together? This one, do I have 110? Oh, 140, 110, 30. Ah, that's lame. Easy question, 10-second question. There we go. Answer is 30. Anybody could have done that. Right, okay, moving on to our next question. This is about getting an advantage over those other people who are also watching this video, hopefully. Right, how many turtles were released in year 5? I remember reading somewhere down here the percentage increase is the same as from 5 to 4 or 4 to 5 is the same as from 1 to 2. How much is the percentage increase from 1 to 2? Answer is 6 over 5 is what I get. Double it, so do I have 1.2, which is 20%. Right, straight away 20%. Oh, 1.2 is my multiplier. I'll tell you how I did it. 9 times 12 is 108. I do 90 times by 1.2, 108. Boom, that was my answer. Now, let me first talk about how a GCSE way would have done it. A person would have thought, how much is a percentage increase? A person would have done, okay, let me find out 60 minus 50, divide by 50, times by 100, and that person would have ended up getting 20%, just to confirm for you. 60 minus 50, divide by 50, times by 100, that's 20%. That person would have got 20% here. That's super lame. It is right, but too time consuming. Right, okay, so 20% means, okay, hopefully you will not find out 20% of 90 and then add to it. No. Hopefully 20% of 90, that's getting worse. 20% of 90, you do the calculation, you will end up getting something to do with 10.8. Right, okay. Then he said, okay, let me add or something like that. So 20% of 90, let's just, 18, sorry, not 10.8. 18, I had my answer. 18 is what you got. Oh, then I will do, then you got 90 plus 18. Oh, that's 108. Nah, not the way to do it. How do I do it? Simple strategy. If you ever want to find percentage increase or decrease, this is the simple strategy. New, divide by old minus 1. What was the new value? 60. What was the old value? 50. Minus 1. 20%. Boom. That's 0.2 is 20%. Now I want to know how much is increased. 90, which is here. 90 increases by 20%. 90 times by 1.2, 108. Boom. There we go. Easy peasy. So you're not following. So one more time, what's the learning in this one? Shortcut, new over old minus 1. So I've got 108. There we go. Right. That looks awful. Way of doing it the way they have said. Sorry about the cribbing. Right, there we go. Next question. Where we have you missed any question? How many turtles were released in year 5? Oh yeah, we just done this. 108. Right. Okay. Podcast. This one. Okay. The one studying in different categories. Length. Shortest is 12. Longest is 75. How much longer is the length of advert in 28-minute podcast? 28. That's got to be here. 24-minute podcast. That's got to be here. Right. Okay. So both of them same. 28-minute. What's that? This one. All I will do with 28 minus 24. Do I have 4 and 10%? Do I have 0.4? 0.40, no option is 0.4. Oh yes, because it is in seconds. 0.4 times by 60. 24. Boom. That's my answer. Right, so one more time. 24. First, let's check if the answer is correct. If you're good, bad, or funny. Answer is indeed 24. Boom. We are good. Right, how did I do it? Sorry if it's too fast. It's UCAT. Speed is what we need. Right, now watch this. I've got 28 minutes. Oh, belongs to the same bar. 24 belongs to the same bar. How much is that? That's 10%. Instead of finding out how long, I want to find difference. All I did was 28 minus 24. Do I have 4? 4 minutes. How much is that? That's 10%. 10% is 0.1. Try to do it in your head. 0.1 is 0.4. Look for the answers. No option. Luckily, I saw it straight away. It is seconds. Times it, everything is in minutes. Times it by 60. 24. Moving on to our next question. Righty? Okay. Next question goes as follows. Right? Bin it. We go. The length of the advert in the podcast is 3.6 minutes. How long is the podcast? How long is the 3.6 minutes? 3.6. All right, let's see. Upper bound. If it was 15, If the podcast was 15 minutes, it will be 18%. Well, you do the maths. 15 times by 0.18, 2.7. It can't be. It can't be from this one. So one more time. He's saying podcast is 3.6. I'm looking for podcast, which is this bit. If I use this one, that's 15. If the longest podcast is 15, the longest advert you could have is, as you saw here, 2.7. Right, next. That means can't be here. Let me take the upper bound for this now. 30. If it is 30, do I have 10%? 3. 10% is 3 minutes. Now, 3 minutes. I want 3.6 minutes out. Looks like it's got to be here, between these. So that means 20 is out. Means 70 is out. Answer has to be one of these from one of these three. Right, okay. Now, let's suppose the podcast is, I'm using, if it is 36 minutes, 36. If it is 36, is 8%. 2.88, 36 times by 0.08. Do I have 2.88? Can't be 36 as well. Let me straight away jump to 45 because I still need to get 33.6. I'm not doing algebra. If you look at here, 0.08, boom, 3.6. 45 minutes is my answer. So that was it. Right, okay. Said option D. We are good. 45 minutes. Again, it's about reverse. Working backwards is the name of the strategy, right? Backtrack is what I personally call it, right? Okay, here we go. Next question. How much time is spent in advert? That is 30 minutes long. 30 minutes means got to be here. 30, that's got to be 8. 3 times 8, 24. Boom. Answer is this one. 30 and 8%. I'm not going to sit down here and try to work out 30 times by 0.08. All I did was I'm looking for the numbers, trying to ignore, kick out the zeros. 8 times 3 is 24. Any option which is 24, boom, that's my option. Right, there we go. Right. 24, option A is correct. 2.4 is the right answer. Next. Worse, if somebody, please don't do that. You are not going to do 30 times by 8 over 100. Absolute waste of time. In case you just want to do it, 30 times by 8 divided by 100. Nah, 2.4. That's wasting time. Again, keep on saying it to you. Mental maths is really important. In case you're not good in mental maths, no problem. So I've got in here, so by the way, well, these are the question banks. You can take a look at these. So question banks, all of them, they are altogether 15,000 question banks. This app, which you see here, which is QuantSprint, helps you in mental maths, helps you in also speed typing on a numpad calculator. Right, try it out. Verbal Dribble is an app. It's free for you. Right, try it out. And sorry for the advert, it just helps in speed reading, verbal reasonings. That's the verbal reasoning, gets your brain used to it. You've been reading the wrong way all your life. That's not the way to read it. Try this out. Anyways, chat out. Let's go move on to the next one. Sorry for the advert. How much greater is the length of the advert in the longest podcast? Oh, we just saw it. The longest podcast was 75. Shortest is... well, 75. 75 got to be here. 75 and 5, 33.75. Trying to do it in my head. Right, 75 times by 5. Do we see 5%? Just proving it to you. So we have 75 times by 0.05, 3.75. I'm good. 12 minutes. 12 minutes has got to be here. 12 and 8, 2.16. Doing it in my head, 12 times 18 is 2.16, which is 0.18 times by, 0.18 times by, was that 12? Yes, it is. 2.16. Now I'm going to minus 3.75. 1.59. Oh, boom. Option A, 1.59. Don't bother about the minuses. Don't necessarily need to do. I did 2.16 minus 3.74. Imagine how, again, if you start 2.75 just to get, I got 3.75 minus 2.16 just to get a positive answer. Nah, just ignore the minus. So these are ways to remember. Option A, 1.59. Boom, 1.59 minutes is what we've got. Next question. Right, okay, what's that? Looks like a tax question. For example, right, Bill has a tax number 28. Oh, lucky, 28, second bracket. Right, I'm going to do it the faster way. Just watch. The faster way goes like this, 28950 times by my lucky number, remember, 133, 385. Any option with 385, not this. None of these. Option B's left. This approximation, my lucky number is 13.3% always for the second bracket. First bracket, it is 10%, all right? For the other three brackets, there are different numbers, if you can just remember. Every time you got this one, this 13.3 number, which is percent which you will use, will give you an approximate answer. My answer is 3850, closest to 389, this one. Let's see if he is right. Then I'll do the lame way. 3895, there you go. Now, there are three ways of doing it. For now, I'm giving the shortest possible way. Now, the lame way. Sorry, apologies if you're following that way. Now, what would you have done? or what would somebody would have done? So 28,900 belongs to second bracket. Now 28,950, this value, you would have minused it from 8950. Try to do it in your head. 8950. When I do that, I can see it. 20,000 is what I got. Oh, that's super late, super fast, super slow, I beg your pardon. 20,000, then you did, how much is that 20? That's 15%. So that's 15%. I can clearly see 15%, 33,000 is what I would end up getting, right? Just proving it to you. So you got 28950 minus 8950, value of the previous bracket, times by 0.15, 3,000. 3,000, then you minimum you have to pay is the previous value, plus 895. Right, okay. Please look for yourself. 3,000 plus 895, 3895. Boom. That's this how you talk to yourself, figure it out, which is a better way. Every single question, you've got a shortcut. Righty, anyways, moving on. Answer was option B, just to make sure. Right, option B, it is option B. 3895. Quickly, let's do one more question and finish off this video. Right, Corey has an annual taxable income of 2550 per month times by 12, 30,000. Now, just how you remember, how do we do it? You are not going to sit down there. Okay, how did I do it in my head? Anything you times by 25, just remember, divide by 12. I'll give you another one. 2,500 times by, give me a number. Let's say 36. 22,500 divided by 36. All I'm going to do is divide by 4, 9. Oh, 90,000. 1, 2, 3, boom. Let's confirm. 2,500 times by 36. Boom, 90,000. Remember the trick every time. In this case, you're doing 2,500 times by 12. Answer is 30,000. So if it is 30,000, do we see altogether still belongs to the second bracket? Oh, my lucky 133 is going to come in. So I've got 30,000 times by 0.133. Boom, 3990 divided by 12. 332. Can't be any of those. Closest. Option C. Boom. There we go. Right. Okay. So option C. I don't care, but that's a lame way. Apologies again. Honestly, I find it. Why would you give the student a way which is long-winded and make UCAT worse? Anyways, we might as well call it a day. And okay. Let's try this one more question. Omar has a taxable income of 36. All right, belongs to this bracket. What percentage? Oh, that's 4990 divided by 36250. What's that? 137. Any option 137. Look at that. I didn't even bother timesing by 100. 13.8. Right, guys, this is it. Hopefully you like the video. If you do like the video, try to maybe like, subscribe, and if you want to try out the free trial lesson or the free trial stuff on Build a UCAT website, join in and so on. So you would see this is all the question banks on verbal, quant, DM, situational. This is the UCAT buddy. It will keep on nudging in the right direction, getting you where you are, the apps. Right, anyways, if you like it, like and subscribe. Otherwise, cheerio, ciao, bye for now.